Hey, what's up, everybody? Sit down and have a seat. Jeannie Mai has gone nuclear on Jeezy. And baby, if any of these things are true, and baby, she has submitted them to the court, Jeezy has some nerve. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, the Shade Room had an exclusive, which means Jeannie's team leaked this. Jeannie Mai's team leaked this info. And baby, according to her, this ain't any allegedly. And guess what? I don't blame her for this. She is accusing Jeezy of, let me get my little PowerPoint presentation up. Y'all know I always got one. She is accusing Jeezy of systematic DV. Okay. Let them know in the comments what it is. Also, neglecting Monaco. She says that she is not safe. Monaco is not safe. She was submitted pictures. She said this happened days after giving birth. She says that basically what we all thought he was. It sounds like she's describing a narc. Let me just say this. Everybody, good morning. Wake up. Y'all see me struggling. I saw this exclusive on the Shade Room and literally hopped, skipped, and jumped over here to talk to you guys about it. Excuse the way everything's looking. Let's get into this because, baby, I actually can't believe this. This is actually really, really disgusting. And let me just say a few things before we get into the report. I know that you guys probably saw it on the Shade Room, but they gave even more details than what's on the website. I will say this, and I'll be serious. Jeezy should have saw this coming. He did it, but he should have saw it coming. We know that as being women, right? And for those of you guys that are friends with women, if you're not women accept a lot. And there's something about this culture where women, not all, but some will cover for a man because there is shame. Maybe they don't want the child to grow up with people knowing their daddy's an abuser and whatnot. We don't know. But Jeezy should have seen this coming because you know where he messed up? He messed up taking Jeannie's silence for weakness. He messed up faking like he was going to take away Monaco from her. Because when I get into these claims, I'm going to read the whole story. It's more than what you see on the Shade Room, even though this is a Shade Room exclusive. Baby, it lets you know a lot of stuff. You shouldn't have been faking like you was going to take custody away from the mom when you knew you had no intention because he don't take care. He wasn't fighting for custody for any of his other 11 kids. Like, stop playing, right? Whatever Jeannie was holding back, right? In the name of, let me protect the father, family image. I don't want to mess up. Whatever she was doing, maybe she was embarrassed. I don't know. That caused her to go nuclear. Everything that she was thinking and holding back went out the window once he threatened to permanently take her child away from her. Y'all, I don't understand this. I really, honestly don't understand. Again, remember how Jeezy, this is just a little primer while y'all are entering the room, okay? Should I put my PowerPoint presentation up? I got a little one. Let me put my little primer up there while you guys are entering the room. Remember that there was that weird article about Jeannie staged something where Monaco was around a duffel bag that had a bang bang in it. And he accused Jeannie and her brother, who happens to be her assistant, of actually staging it while he ran upstairs to get a hat, even though he said that he was living in the basement of the house while he was waiting for Jeannie to get out, right? And he said she staged it. Listen to what actually came out. They said concerns for the 2-year-old Monaco's safety are discussed in one of the motions. Monaco was vacated from the Atlanta, Georgia residence in October 2023 after Monaco found her father's Louis Vuitton bag on the dining room floor carrying an AK-47. Remember when Jeezy leaked all the information? She staged a pic of a handgun, and I would never, and I'm always around. And the one time I wasn't, I had gone, even though I was living in the basement, I had gone upstairs to get a hat. This bang bang that he was talking about was an actual loaded AK-47. It was a loaded AK-47. First of all, are you kidding me? What is Jeezy into? You're carrying around a loaded AK-47 in a Louis Vuitton duffel bag. And this is the bang bang you claim that Jeannie staged. It was a loaded AK-47 in a duffel bag downstairs in the dining room that they claim Monaco had found. But it's not over, right? They said days later, the bang bang was found again lying on the floor of a bedroom that Monaco could easily access. Y'all, just to let you guys know, while this is happening, Jeezy has made an official denial. We're going to get into that. I'm going to read the whole report, and it's more than what you see on the Shade Room Instagram. I'm going to read all of it. Again, this is wild. This is wild. Again, Jeannie's people must have leaked this. I don't blame them. This psycho, and I'm referring to Jeezy, really went on a press tour pretending to be such a great guy. Even that interview with Nia Long, cheating. I find that a foreign concept. I knew that Ninja Turtle was a narcissist, or he had narc tendencies when he hit us with the thing. And the thing is, with Nia Long, I literally just shook my head, because don't get me wrong, we got a lot of respect and love for Nia Long, which she's contributed to the concert culture. I don't know her personally, but Nia Long just got out of what looks to me to be a narcissistic, gaslighting, manipulative, abusive relationship. And the fact that she was still looking up whatever Jeezy was putting down, I said, baby, stay single for a while. You got a lot to go on. You got a lot to go on. Y'all, let's get into this, because these pictures are wild. Oh, just wild. These pictures are wild. Anyway, let's get into these articles. Are y'all in here? Let me put my little thumbnail, my little, not thumbnail. Let me put my little PowerPoint presentation. How's everybody doing today? Good for Jeannie for finally coming out and actually, honestly, speaking her truth. Y'all know me. I do not believe that you should leave quietly when you're mistreated. Part of the reason why women keep getting into relationships with these devils is because, yeah, fine, they are narcissistic, this and that, but also to the fact of the last person's quiet. So you think maybe it's you, the reason why they cheating on you, they hitting you, they yelling at you, this and that, because it seemed like they treated the last person like gold. It's not until you get into that relationship that you actually realize, well, hold on, right? Everybody was treated the same way. That's why I always say, if you see people that look like they were so happy, and then the ninja is with you and he acting a fool, it's like, baby, he was acting a fool back then. People don't change. That's why when men say, well, when you my girl, I'll treat you better. When you my wife, I'll spoil you. That is a fallacy. That is a lie. Baby, don't believe the hype. Okay. I'm eating breakfast if you guys haven't seen. Let's get into this. Okay. The Jasmine brand also has an exclusive. Wow. So Jeannie went to the Shade Room, and Jeezy ran to the Jasmine brand with his narrative. So we're going to get into both narratives. Let's start off with Jeannie's narrative, Jeannie Mai's narrative, okay? Really quick, Prissy Poodle, thank you so much for being a member. Thank you for joining. You said I'm the best, girl. Thank you guys so much for even being here with me on this what's today? Thursday morning? Okay. Now, they said recent court filings have revealed more information about Jeannie Mai and her estranged husband Jeezy's divorce. Court docs obtained by the Shade Room detail a history of DV and child neglect allegedly at the hands of Jeezy. Again, Jeannie has made these allegations, but she's also submitted them before the court. She's saying, again, that Ninja Turtle must not realize, because again, if my suspicions are true and he is a narc, you know how narc don't see people as real. I don't think he sees Monaco as real. I think he sees her as a pawn to get what he wants from Jeannie, because he wanted Jeannie to back off of challenging the prenup, because it looks like he lied about his finances. But baby, he didn't realize Jeannie wasn't scared. She was just trying to protect her reputation, Monaco's peace, and now she is going full force. Okay. The documents describe multiple incidents of DV against Jeannie. Now, it's deep, y'all. They put an editor's note, trigger warning. The following story contains recollections of a violent physical and verbal abuse scenarios. If you know someone who's experiencing DV, you can get help at 1-800-799-7233, 24 hours a day, okay? They said Jeannie Mai alleges Jeezy blanked her in the face in 2022. One incident allegedly occurred at the Ritz-Carlton Hotel in San Francisco, April 14, 2022. Jeezy allegedly choked Jeannie from behind as she was coming downstairs. She could have perished if she had tripped. He then pushed her down the steps. The incident caught the attention of the hotel security guard stationed in the lobby. The records show that Jeezy proceeded to verbally assault Jeannie, calling her a effing B and repeating, "I can do so much better than you." This sounds like a scene out of Tyler Perry's movie. You know, the one where the girl was like, when he's like crippled and he's like, Claudine. And she's like, she ain't coming. Anyway, security allegedly intervened and provided Jeannie protection after she repeatedly stated she felt unsafe. Another incident allegedly occurred 3 weeks after Jeannie gave birth to her daughter Monaco in January 2023. What type of monster goes after a woman after she just birthed your seed? That's so sad. Sorry, y'all. Every time I hear this shit, that's sad. You gave birth. You're the most vulnerable. Look at me. It's like trigger warning, and I'm getting triggered. This is so just incredibly sad. 3 weeks after giving birth. Oh my God. I remember my mom gave birth to my little sister. Like, you know how vulnerable a woman is when what am I saying? Y'all women, y'all know women. Anyway, reports stated that during a conversation inside a parked car in January 18th of 2022 in Miami, records show that Jeezy requested that the driver step outside the vehicle and began to berate Jeannie. At that time, he hurled insults such as, "You're a WHORE," and said, "I can't wait to divorce you when we get back." Jeannie was held against her will inside the vehicle. While trying to escape, Jeezy allegedly struck her with a closed fist across her cheekbone and eye. Oh my God. The attack reportedly caused her a subconjunctival hemorrhage. I don't even know what that is, but subconjunctival. I'm guessing a hemorrhage below her eye socket, like a hemorrhage below her eye socket. Hold on. I have to actually see what this is, because let me ask ChatGTP what it is. Hold on. What's a subconjunctival hemorrhage? I'm reading this real time if y'all can't tell. They said a subconjunctival hemorrhage is when a small blood vessel, I was right, in the eye breaks and leaks blood into the space between the conjunctiva, that's the clear layer covering the white part of the eye, and the sclera, the white part of the eye. It appears as a bright red patch on the white of the eye. While it may look alarming, it usually heals quickly and tends to resolve on its own within a couple of weeks. It can be caused by factors such as trauma to the eye. Wow. So you ever see someone, I've seen it, like, but usually with people that have just gotten into like car accidents or whatnot, where the whole eye looks like it's swimming in blood. Following the incident later that week, the estranged couple contacted their pastor and therapist. Y'all, I don't believe, if anybody is in the throes of DV, please get some help. You cannot pray it away. You cannot talk it away. You can't even counsel it away. I don't care what anyone says. I've never seen in my life it go away by prayers, hugs, understanding, counseling, nothing. But that's just my opinion. I'm praying for you. They contacted the pastor and a therapist for counseling regarding the ongoing domestic V. All reports of abuse were reported to a pastor, a therapist, and also close friends of Jeannie. Now, why is that important? Because I remember from the Johnny Depp trial, let me see if I can find my notes. There were a lot of therapy notes were admitted into court, okay? And they can be subpoenaed, which is what I think Jeannie is planning to do, since she keeps repeatedly stating that in all instances, she brought it up in front of a therapist while Jeezy was present. She brought it up in front of the pastor. She brought it up in front of all these people. But it's not over. There's more. This ninja ain't ish. And the thing is, I'm going to get back into this, but let me just say, the reason why we said he wasn't ish is because when you're a grown woman and you've been through some things, or the people you love been through some things, and you can where's some powder? I'm sick of this nose. If you guys don't know, whenever I get teared up, my nose gets bright like Rudolph. Anyway, let me calm down. I act like I'm the one in the car in Miami. I just hate hearing any instances of people being abused. But I will say that, a lot of, hey, Nunya Bees, thank you so much. Oh, you're welcome. You said you're the best. Thanks for the research. Thank you so much, guys. I will say this, right? And it's important to say, a lot of grown women, when we hear that incel mess, when we hear that red pill mess, when we hear that you need to submit to your man, we know the reason why we react so violently to it, mentally violent. The reason why we were like, oh no, the reason why we go in so hard, and the reason why we even try to save the pick-me's is because we know what the other side of that is. We know what that actually looks like. We know what that actually entails. We know what I was raised to submit to my man or wash his feet with my hair like the Bible says. We know what that actually looks like in real life. And these men on these podcasts and these pick-me's that which are the ones that have platforms are dangerous too, because they know what it looks like. You know what I'm saying? Another human being does not need you to submit to them. You don't need a man to be like, get out my way, I lead. Baby, a leader leads. There is no argument. You trust in the leader to lead. Right? The whole thing about like traditional roles, again, this is what's on the other side. When you see the Shara Sevens, when you see the Cynthia G's, when you see these people pushing back on these narratives, trying to protect from this stuff, and to the point, when you in love, right? Jeannie and many other people, Jeannie, they don't get it. Because at the end of the day, when it starts happening, and 'tis the cycle of abuse, you think you can hug it away. You think if you cook dinner better, love them better, hug them better, stop fussing so much when they come in at 4 a.m, start earning their clothes, start making better things, start looking the other day when they raise their voice. Okay, I want to ask a question. You think that if you lay down and submit, it will stop. But that's not true, because an abuser is an abuser. And there might be some wonderful salt of the earth men that want their woman to submit. Unfortunately, I think they are maybe 1% of that whole submit-dom. And at the end of the day, baby, it's a numbers game. I can't take the chance that you want me to submit because you genuinely have my best interest at heart, when there's a 99% chance that you about to get handsy with me if I open my mouth up one more time to ask why you just came home at 3 a.m. when you at your friend's birthday party and the birthday boy been home since 10:30. You see what I'm saying? Again, don't let these people lead you astray. The older I get, the more I realize there are so many people in this world that they know that there's a cliff at the end of that road, and they'll still encourage you to go down that road because they fell off the cliff. So why can't you, right? Because everybody got to learn. It's so sick. Anyway, let's get into this. More allegations of abuse. We're not done. Another incident reportedly involved verbal abuse at the UNCF 39th annual Atlanta Mayor's Mass Ball on December 17, 2022. I remember that picture. That's when they were both dressed up. That's another thing to tell y'all. Don't be believing these Instagram pictures. Don't ever want anybody else's life. Maybe their life is better than yours. You can't tell by Instagram. Never want for anybody else's life. Do your best to live your life so that you feel honored, safe, and respected. And again, I'm not even shading Jeannie Mai. I feel like this is, I hope not to all women, but I feel like getting into these types of toxic things is a rite of passage for a lot of women. And if it wasn't you, God bless you, somebody you know. That's how most of the women that actually go up for women that like other women, when you go through that rite of passage, you turn around and tell all the other young girls, stop, don't go there. Can y'all please listen? Anyway, during the UNCF event, Jeannie went to the restroom with her girlfriend, and Jeezy allegedly became enraged because he did not know her whereabouts for 25 minutes. He allegedly reacted by abruptly demanding the two leave the party. You know what this also sounds like? One of Jeezy's old friends, and it's been rumored around Atlanta, he always keeps side chicks no matter what. And these are side chicks that have been playing their position for decades, so they ain't going to say anything. To me, this is the man that's cheating. Because again, just like, and now it looks when Jeezy ran to file divorce and made it public and did this and did that. And Jeannie was in with her daughter in New York Fashion Week. Down the way he let that speculation of her cheating on him and her doing this and run rampant. It sounds like narcissistic abuse for me. My heart breaks for Jeannie. I know she made some dumb comments. And I know she got the same man that all the other women got when they dealt with them. But that still doesn't stop my heart breaking from any woman having to go through this. Being foolish is not punishable by being in abusive relationships because those scars take decades to heal, and who knows what that baby saw. Thinking you better than the next woman is not grounds for this type of hell on earth. Being foolhardy and thinking your love can fix a man, especially when we live in a society that trains us from young kids, even watching Beauty and the Beast, to think that patience and love, why a ninja is wilding out. And by ninja, I mean whether he black, white, Puerto Rican, Haitian, Asian, right? Ninja is universal. Why a ninja is wilding out is not going to heal anybody. It's just sad. Anyway, he came up and he demanded they both leave the party. Now, once in the vehicle, Jeezy reportedly asked the driver to exit. Again, what does he think he's mafioso? And the drivers, you're like, yo, leave the car so he can abuse you in peace. And he began to abuse his estranged wife verbally. She tried to get out the car 2 times. On the second time, he allegedly grabbed the neckline of her dress, tearing the dress and causing multiple 2 to 3 inch injuries across her right breast with his, oh my God. Jeezy is bitch made like most narcissistic men. In my opinion, he's narcissistic. I'm not a psychologist. I don't know. So take this with a grain of salt. You know, she said that he literally, while she was trying to flee the car and he was grabbing her, trying to make her stay in so he could keep laying hands on her. He literally scratched her across her chest with his fingernails. This needs to be broadcast everywhere. Jeezy did deny it. We're going to get into its denial, but I'm sure it ain't ish, just like him. Jeannie reported this incident to her therapist while Jeezy was present. She also told her best friend in confidence about the incident. And another incident, Jeezy allegedly injured Jeannie and himself after crashing a golf cart. Now, she put exhibits in the filings, and they said Jeannie shared text messages from Jeezy. So, whoever is in the chat, y'all better not be Tattle Tells in this chat, apologizing in the chat, talking about something. Ain't no proof. She just talking. She just mad. She has text messages from Jeezy apologizing for his behavior for causing the injuries. He wrote, "I'm so sorry, babe. Haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy and sad about it." This sounds like a weak ass narcissistic apology. Um, So anyway, she leaked text that he said, "Is this permanent residence or temporary? If so, what's the next address Monica will be living at?" I do want to say this. When I heard that Jeezy said that Jeezy had blocked his number, to me, that pretty much confirmed that this was narc abuse going on. I didn't know it got abusive, but I think with narcissists, it always gets abusive pretty much because it sounded like Jeannie had to go no contact on him. She said, "It's temporary for my show. Same as when you saw me shoot here before. Next address is still being finalized. As I've always had before, I'll let you know." And then she said, "Thank you for confirming the assault rifle is no longer in our home. That's all I've been asking for weeks, as I'm sure you agree for the safety of Monaco." So let me get this straight. Jeannie had been just yelling at Jeezy since we're not living together. "Do not leave your loaded AK-47 all over a house with a toddler there when I'm not there to supervise her anymore." Anyway, she said, "You're scheduled to get Monaco May 7th to 13th. Are those dates still good for you? If so, can we coordinate getting her to you? Also, let me know what other dates in May or June are good for you." Okay. So then she sent him she sent him pictures of uh uh, the bruises. There's deep bruises on her legs, her arms, her hands. They're deep bruises. They're all over and they're deep. And that's when he said, "I'm so sorry, Brave. I haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy about it." And she had said, "Babe, I got a lot of dresses to wear this week," basically showing him I can't even wear anything that shows any part of my body because of the bruises. Okay. Exhibits in-4 details that, unbeknownst to Jeannie, Jeezy was overly intoxicated before the crash. This wasn't the first time he allegedly crashed a vehicle during their marriage. He also crashed his luxury vehicle into the side of their home at one point. No one was seriously injured at the time, but there was some damage to their property. Jeannie lists concerns over Monaco's alleged access to Jeezy's weapons. The motions also discuss concerns with their 2-year-old. This is a Shade Room exclusive, by the way, with their 2-year-old safety. According to documents, the minor child was vacated from Atlanta, Georgia residence on or about October 11th, 2023. Jeannie reportedly removed Monaco after she found the child with Jeezy's Louis Vuitton bag. Jeannie checked the bag to see why it was so heavy and learned that there was a loaded AK-47 inside. So Jeannie saw Monaco playing with her daddy's duffel bag. She grabbed the bag like, "Monaco, don't touch that." Saw it was so heavy. It was like, "What the hell?" And opened it. Wow. Some of Jeannie's additional alleged concerns, including issues with explosive outbursts and excessive drinking. He alcoholic and he violent. Sound like he a narc. This is addition to the DV perpetuated against Jeannie and, oh my God, and his eldest son, Jadarius. Oh my God. So now she's saying that Jeezy's also laying his hands on his eldest son. Documents also say that Jeannie mistakenly believed him when he convinced her before their marriage that he was a changed man and his past was in the past. However, this doesn't seem to be the case. Police reportedly arrested Jeezy in 2024 with charges of battery, false imprisonment, and making terrorist threats against his son from another relationship. Meanwhile, yeah, Jeezy should have never, ever, 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 ever tried to take full custody. Jeannie just went nuclear. Again, let's get into Jeezy's official denial. All right. This is Jeezy's side in a narrative he's taking. Again, from what I read, it's not much of a defense because Jeannie mentioned multiple crashes that Jeezy had, not just one instance. And she never claimed the golf cart crash was intentional. It was to establish a pattern of reckless driving and crashes that put multiple people in danger. And Jeannie already stated he also was injured in the crash. Anyway, Jeezy, being the PAB he is, punk ass man. Y'all know, if y'all know, y'all know, right? He said, he said, she said, so anyway, she said, baby, I have a lot of dresses to wear this week and showed all the bruises. He said, I'm sorry, babe. I haven't forgiven myself for putting you in danger. I've been uneasy and sad about it. I don't know why even that reply just gives insincere narc abuse. Anyway, turn some lights on in here. She said, she said, it was not intentional. It was an accident, but we do need to be more careful, especially when we're drinking, babe. I don't think you know your own strength when you drink. Now, here's the weird thing about this. Everybody tried to play Jeannie as a monster. She was teaching her child Vietnamese. You mean the Vietnamese woman that Jeezy fetishized about, that speaks Vietnamese as her first language, had the nerve to teach her child her mother tongue? Man, anyway, he then started sending her pictures of them hugged up. And he says it looks swollen. No. So then he sent her pictures of his injuries. She said it looks swollen and no, I'm sorry. Jeezy said to her, it looks swollen, and how open was your foot? It looks like it might have needed stitches, but it's healing. Stop using the peroxide. Get these two products. I'm sorry, this is Jeezy. Ugh. So Jeezy's foot was ripped open by his own car crash, and he's trying to use that to prove what? To prove what? To prove what? I listen, to prove what? Anyway, let's get into Jeezy's side because this is dumb. Jeezy vehemently denies Jeannie Mai's abuse claims, provides photo and text messages. Again, the text message he showed was Jeannie saying, baby, you need to stop drinking so much, and being a loving, supportive, albeit stupid partner. Anyway, but baby, being stupid is not a crime. We all been stupid from one time and another. So they said the Jasmine Brand exclusive reports new details surrounding the latest allegations. Jeannie submitted court documents claiming that Jeezy had physically abused her. She specifically alleges that there was an incident where Jeezy pushed her downstairs. In the court docs, Jeannie provides photos of her injuries. However, Jeezy vehemently denies these allegations. The rapper and author who bought his book, y'all should feel ashamed of yourselves, says the specific incident that he was referring to is a complete lie. Court docs state that the injuries that Jeannie references were actually from a cart accident. First of all, Jeannie has affidavits from hotel security that it happened. I assume there's also hotel security footage, but even if there's not, there's an affidavit from hotel security. So I'm confused. Anyway, Jasmine Brand posted below are the texts that illustrate how the injury happened and the time frame in which it occurred. Jeezy also provides photos of the injuries that he allegedly suffered from the golf cart accident. Jeannie Mai alleges the incident took place in April. The text messages indicate the date of June, months after the alleged incident. First of all, Jeannie said that there were multiple accidents. Jeezy, nice try. Also, he tried some American Ninja stuff where he shows pictures where he's like, babe, I'm at the, in the text, babe, I'm at the barbershop getting my hair cut. Be home in 45 minutes. Can you make sure Monaco stays up so I can say hi? And she's like, yeah, sure, Papa. Anybody that knows anything about the cycle of abuse knows it is 100% certain that there are good times and bad times in relationships. And when you're in an abusive relationship, you're not cowering in the corner all the time, right? Because if that's the case, whatever. It's only when the good times start outweighing the bad times. And that's what happens. First, it was boop. Maybe I should have kept my mouth shut. Boop, boop, boop. And before you know it, what used to have been once every 6 months happens once every 3 months, happens once a month, happens once a week, happens once a day, happens multiple times a day. That is the cycle of abuse. I'm mad in 2024. People don't realize that. So yeah, y'all, that is what happened. And let's get into the chat real quick and see what y'all got to say, because again, this is why we say with that red pill miss, with that submit to your man, let your man leave. I would go so far as to say that any man that is talking that yin yang, if they ain't over 60 years old, any man talking that yang yang about submitting this and that, traditional roles, all this other stuff, they are using it as an excuse because they want a reason to be able to knuckle up on you, you know? Blue Ray of Sunshine says women are naturally submissive to the right man and they abuse us for it. I will say this. I think that an abuser is an abuser. I think that an abuser is an abuser. They are psychotic. There's something wrong with them. And if they're not, they will abuse, but okay, there is coward. I think that women, I don't think it's about being naturally submissive. I think that in a relationship, there's yin and yang energy. A good relationship, sometimes the woman knows how to take the lead. Cause like, babe, I got this, follow me. And a smart man will be like, all right, let's go. When other times the man will be like, yo, I got this. That is part of a partnership. Your partner, like, how do you expect to have a winning army? I don't even know. Blue Ray of Sunshine, thank you so much. Fuzzy Cat Talk Podcast said, thank you for becoming a member. Justin Clark, thank you so much for the super chat. Blue Ray of Sunshine said, she said, I'm a narc survivor. That is how I got the inspiration for my page to teach children a prayer full of life. I hope I can save somebody from these demons. You guys, please go ahead and follow Blue Ray of Sunshine. She is doing the heavens work and opening conversations, because that's one thing nobody talks about. It's not just the men and women in these situations. Oftentimes there are children. I said this a long time ago when Jeannie got pregnant and the way he divorced her, and people were so busy putting stuff. But for people on the channel, did I not say it's giving narcissistic vibes? There was a woman that never wanted children, not because she thought she was too cute. No. It's because she grew up in a very abusive situation. She was a victim of, and she said, I don't want to have to worry about my child. I don't want to bring a child, and I don't want this. He somehow love bombed her and lowered her things. She ended up having the baby, and then he divorced her before the baby was even 2 years old. People were like, oh, well, that was her problem. No. Women know, and I don't know why people don't talk about men trap women with children all the time. All the time. They'll even act good, or at least their version of good, until after you pass that period of even having an option to not bring the child to term. And then they will start acting a fool. The fact that men and some evil women, or maybe they're just dumb because they don't know what happens, and child will literally sit there and think that a woman chose to do the hardest thing on earth alone. Anyway, everybody follow Blue Ray of Sunshine. She is doing good work. And also Tizzy Joe, thank you so much for the super sticker. I appreciate it very, very much. Let me see what y'all saying in the chat. Baby, listen. Again, who says this? Funky Shola said, Diddy's history doesn't showcase him in the best light. His children's mother, Keisha Cole, and now Jeannie Mai. Yeah, let's be done with them. At this point, I don't understand. There ain't no award show. There is not any sweet talking. But again, I do believe that people that are abusive, they seek out people that have been abused in their past, whether from childhood, by their parents, or maybe it's just low, maybe people that just are at a point where they feel isolated and they have low self-esteem. And saying somebody has low self-esteem is not a drag. It just means for whatever reason, you do not believe that you are a child of God, a child of the light, and worthy of everything this world has to offer. But thank goodness that feeling does not last forever. And eventually everybody steps into their power, you know? Listen, and even with the pick-me's, I get it. Patriarchy is a MFer to fight against. And I don't know. I just know a lot of pick-me's with podcasts are evil for the shit they encourage. But Kevin Samuels was evil, and a lot of people followed him. I will say this: Jeezy should have never played with Jeannie. He should have never said anything about taking the child. He should have never played in her face. And now he getting what he asked for. And you know what? Kudos to Jeannie Mai for standing up and exposing him. Because even though there might be a willing dummy in the back, at least for the people that have gotten to the point where they realize they are children of light and they realize they are worthy of the and respect and nonviolence and a soft tone and love is the bare minimum, right? It might not save everybody, But I guarantee you, she saved somebody's daughter, somebody's sister, maybe even somebody's mother from falling into the same ditch she fell into. So good for her. Good for Keisha for sharing everything. I don't know if Jeezy's other children's mom opened their mouths, but to any woman that's actually pushed against society when they say, why don't you have some elegance? Why don't you have some class? Why don't you just leave quietly? And literally said, no, this ninja is a monster and screamed it from the hilltops. Listen, thank you. Because even though you can't save everybody, you saved someone from going through the exact same hell that you were in. Again, listen, yeah, Kevin Samuels was a pervert. I remember that live where Kevin Samuels, a woman said, my daughter said that this man is diddling with her, right? And Kevin Samuels and his evil ass stood there on his podcast and said, you going to believe your daughter over him? There was something wrong with that man. He was an agent. He was a chaos demon. There was something very devious of him. His hate for Black women specific, all women, I think, but Black women specifically, it knew no bounds. It knew no bounds. Anyone, like literally, it just knew no bounds. But anyway, my whole thing is shout out to Jeannie, and anybody that actually has the courage to actually expose what's going on and take the heat from the people that are going to blame you, say you deserve it, make excuses. Half the people making excuses, hell, are doing the same thing to the women in their house, or the men in their house are doing the same thing. So shout out to Jeannie for hold on, let me block people. Listen, exactly. Blu-ray and sunshine. That's why Kevin Samuels got what he wanted, got what he got. But again, I think Kevin Samuels was a narcissist. Now he a high valued angel in hell. So shout out to that. Hold on. Let's see. Where's the bot, Tom? It's recorded. Listen, it's recorded. Go to TikTok. They got the receipt. Listen. Yeah. Somebody said any man that agrees with that kitten in heels is a loser. That's the funny thing. He preferred the touch of a man and he couldn't stand women because he had mommy issues. But you know what? Why did he have mommy issues? Because his father wasn't around. His father, and he blamed his mom. You know what? Exactly. Listen, who was a bit autistic? Kevin Samuels? No, Kevin Samuels was not autistic. Um, Listen, he was a social pariah. We're not turning this in. Listen, y'all know my views on Samuel. We're not arguing with this. I will go through my live chat later and block the cat, block the people that are talking trash. Baby, this is pro Black woman. This is pro woman. You got the wrong page if you thinking anything else. Exactly. You guys, let me know what you think. Listen, Robin, can you please? Jeezy denied the claims and he posted his own screenshots. The only screenshots he posted was admitting one time that he got into an accident. And Jeannie said, I know it wasn't intentional, but babe, sometimes when we're drinking, Jeannie was trying to be supportive. Like, wake up, y'all. That's all it takes. She just gave y'all details with therapist notes, pastor's notes, an affidavit from security professional. This mofo comes with 4 text messages, and y'all are like, see, this explains everything. And by the point, the therapist, they talked about it, why Jeezy was in the room. And y'all not y'all, but people in the back are convinced because he showed 4 text messages. Jesus wept. I cannot. Listen, I cannot. Yeah, exactly. Somebody said their children will see this one day. Children will see this one day. Baby, that's another thing. Cassandra. Yeah, but when people are like, oh my God, the children will see it, the children live in that house. The children seen way, way more than we ever did. Way, way more than we will ever see, know, or feel. The children will know. Again, y'all, listen, we casting the demons out of this. And if y'all want, not y'all, but if people in the back want to go ahead and defend Jeezy, go ahead. But keep a look around for the people that actually defend this shit. Because sometimes I just sit there and watch people. You want to sit there and defend this? All right. All right. We gonna see. Anyway, y'all, let me know what you think in let me know what you think in the comments. I will talk to y'all later. Oh wait, hold on, I have a few super chats to actually read. Naturally Sweet I said hit that like button. That's right. If you guys are watching this on playback, please hit the like button on the way out. I'm gonna try to go live later, but let me go because it's a busy day, because you know Neo out here in the streets being exposed to, he is an entire clown. But he's been a clown, so I don't even know why women are still fighting over him, because truth be told, Neo likes a strong touch of a man too. They said, Tisa, your wit is a match. I love your humor, sayings, and thoughtful commentary. Keep up the good work. Thank you so much, Black Gold. I appreciate you so much. All right, y'all, let me go get to work. I'll talk to y'all later. Okay, bye.